Richard Sloggett is here, former Special Advisor to Health Secretary Matt Hancock, Senior Fellow at the Policy Exchange's Health and Social Care Unit. I will get to your calls in a few moments after speaking to Richard. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, Sheila.
The Ebola elbow, I'm learning something every day. Is it time we thought about handshakes and things like that? Or
Well, what I would say, I'm not sure quite there yet. And I hope you do enjoy your cup of tea this afternoon.
I am. I'm sipping it as we speak.
I do think one of the things I would say is the UK is pretty well geared up to deal with these sorts of issues. So, as you said, the Secretary of State yesterday set out quite a detailed four-point plan around containment, delay, research, and mitigate. And so far, of the 15 cases in the UK, none of them has been transmitted within the UK. They've all been through people returning from other areas. So I think we are quite well set up to tackle this, and the actions the government's taken so far seem very sensible and seem to balance that ongoing challenge that the government has between public safety and the economy and wider society.
So what do you expect next? Is it a holding pattern unless and until things get more serious?
Well, I think the current sort of approach is definitely this one of sort of containment. Now, what I would say about containment is it's not a zero-sum game. So as soon as the first sort of transmission or case takes place outside of those 15 that I've just described, that doesn't mean to say containment has failed, because what containment does is it buys you absolutely valuable time. And as we're hopefully moving through the seasons here in the UK, that's also helpful with the pressures on our NHS and also how the virus potentially transmits itself. So focusing strongly on that containment message at the moment seems like the right space to be playing in. But I'd say even if that does sort of tip over, I think that would have been absolutely the right strategy, because it would have bought us some valuable time on to delay the sort of wider onset of the virus more widely.
And the advice on schools, I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? Because we're clearly not in a position where closing all schools is required, or it seems that way to me. And yet Japan is making that decision.
Yes, and I think Public Health England has been very good on this. I think what they've sort of said is, in individual instances where head teachers have taken that decision, that is a decision for them, and they are, in a way, the best placed people as being responsible for their particular individual school and particular institution. Their overarching advice remains the same, which is not to close schools or sort of public buildings at this particular time, based on the available evidence that exists. Now, I do think it is really important that our public health policy is based on evidence, and that includes this sort of a case. So yes, there is a balancing act, but I think you need national guidance, then you also need local leaders to take decisions based on their local intelligence and insights and understandings of their local population. And I think those teachers who take that decision should be respected for doing that.
Thank you very much. Not a great line again, so I'll leave it there. Thank you, Richard Sloggett.